Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities and Miniatures, and today, well, I may not have the most obscure obscurity to show you, but I did want to bring it to your attention that some of this stuff exists. Now, I will admit, I'm not the biggest fan of painting normal human adventurers and stuff. However, as I smash things around all over the place here, I do like when we start to see things that look like they're starting to adventure outside of the typical white Caucasian European style of fantasy. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but it's pretty played out, it's pretty tried and true, so it is nice to see things that deviate from that every now and then, and hopefully a little bit more often, in my personal opinion. So today we went ahead and grabbed quite a few of the new models that came out, part of Wizkid's Nolzur's Marvelous Miniatures. This is the Human Rangers set. So you can see here, we actually have some people with darker skin tones, which is a plus. I like that. Plus just the fact that their armor and weapons are a little bit more unique than you usually see. Like I said, we have a usually European-centric focus on our fantasy tabletop game. So it is kind of nice to see something different in there. We'll open them all up in a sec. Next up, we have some human fighters. And again, nice to see some very darker skin tones, but also the gear has a much more African vibe to it, but they're not just running around in rags and native attire. They are dressed for battle. And the sword looks kind of different. I do like the Zulu-style shields, though. Like I said, something different. Different is always appreciated. And then we have some human barbarians. Again, we have much more of a East Asian, Mongolian almost looking style to the armor. It's not something you usually think of when you think of barbarians, so I'm cool with that, and it just gives me something different to paint as well. And finally, well, never mind all the humans, let's just go straight up robots, right? We finally see some of the WARFORGED actually make it into model form, which I am more than happy to paint because I can just splash silver all over them, or gunmetal most likely, and we can call it a day then. And the swords actually aren't too bendy for once. Let's see how they turn out. So, first off, I don't like these Yahtzee-like Parcheesi cheesy pieces for the bases. I'm probably just going to stick them on something else. And surprisingly, there's not a whole lot of fancy translucent parts for these guys. I gotta give Wizkids credit. Slowly but surely, the quality of these, they're getting that level of detail. It's not just like caked on. Well, it is caked on still, but you can actually see what you're trying to paint. You can see that I've been painting. I got gunmetal on my fingers. What was I painting? I don't even know. So something different. Hopefully we'll see some mages as well. We'll grab our Asiatic barbarian dudes here. And completely ignore those bases. Curious how tall they are in comparison to some of the other figures. Again, it's just nice to see something different. I'm assuming that's a tassel of some sort, or it's the world's ugliest piece of flash that's just been left on there. Which is it? I think it's supposed to be like a tassel. Okay. You'll survive for now, tassel. Of course, I've got some Asian-looking elves they did. Look like a bunch of wuxia heroes. Check this guy out. I like this. This is right up my alley. You're a barbarian, but you're dressing fashion-forward. Kudos to you, my friend. I mean, he's pretty decked out for a barbarian. It's nice to see them wearing things besides the loincloths of my youth. Not that I was clad in a loincloth, but the barbarians. Alright, we've got our Zulu-inspired warriors. Obviously that spear is gonna need to get fixed. We can try. Will it work? I don't know. I do like the fact that he is well-armed, well-equipped, and well-armored. The detail on that beard is a little soft, though, but hopefully that's going to be a challenge, getting these guys painted. Painted decently, I might add. Sadly, I don't think they had any female warriors, barbarians, or rangers that fit into the same aesthetic. That would have been nice to see. Actually, at first, I thought that this ranger set was a male and female, but it seems that they're actually both male. Or I'm totally wrong, which is entirely possible as well. Again, if you're looking for something different to paint, I think this is going to be a fun one. That sword worries me, but not much I can do. Now that is a cool ranger. Maybe it is female. I can't tell. I truly can't tell based on the sculpt. That's half the fun. It won't even matter. I like the scarf. Very dynamic in the movement that this model brings to the table. Not only that, you got the bow, you got all your gear, you got the two scabbards. It just looks neat. It's very visually appealing to me. I like a lot of gear on the model. So I gotta say, a very nice step forward for Wizkids and their Nolzur line. And what kind of obscurity in miniature video would it be without some kind of giant monster too? So I had to grab the Garistro. Ugh. I wasn't expecting it to be this big. I mean, it's just basically like a pig-faced bull thing. Doesn't even fit on the screen. Oh my goodness. Oh my god, I got a twisty tie him out of here? Yuck. Okay, give me a sec. We're going to pull him out. Alright, we got our big Garistro. I'm not kidding. He's really big. Like, really big. Which is great. He doesn't even fit on the camera. But he should be. I mean, he's a big giant demon. I mean, if you need this is actually probably be pretty good if you want to do Beastman and you don't like the Cygor kit. I mean, it's a nice, cheap alternative. It's like maybe 10, 15 bucks? I don't remember now. But he's freaking big. Really freaking big. In fact, I think he was the biggest of the new huge models that Wizkids put out with his, what is it, probably an 80? Yeah. So, if you're in the mood for some different looking models for your games, be they characters, NPCs, villains, or skirmish stuff, I don't think you can really go wrong with what Wizkids is offering up. And hopefully it makes Reaper step their game up as well. Because, you know, inclusivity is never a bad thing, and we want as much of it and as much competition while we're at it for our games. So you can see here, our friend is gigantic. Fun stuff. With that said, this has been Lord Tamberlane with Obscurities in Miniatures, saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you back here soon. Bye-bye.